National Moderator of the Civil Society Action Coalition on Education for All in Nigeria, Omole Babatunde, joins me to discuss this. Good to have you join us.
I can hear you now.
All right. You've seen the security advisory from the federal government to Unity schools, as well as the statement or the fact that the federal government college, Kwali, has been shut. What's your reaction to this, especially because we've seen a lot of attacks on schools in recent times in the country?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. And first and foremost, I want to commend the timely efforts of the Federal Minister of Education as regards this security threat. But oftentimes, over and over again, we have been telling the government, those that are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring safety and security of our children in school, that they shouldn't always be, like it or not, there is a place of policy for safe school initiatives that has been put in place that federal government has to implement to the letter. And in that policy is actually pointing at the fact that every child in Nigeria must be able to attend school in a violence-free environment, without bullying, without violence, without threat, without theft and any other thing. And all these things are really well documented in that policy. So instead of us reacting because this is just a one-off activity because we got information early through the intelligence, how much more what the banditry are planning all over the nation that can happen. And the most devastating thing is that it's actually happening in the federal capital territory. So bandits, they are close to us and they are a great threat to our education development.
And what's your suggestion in that regard? Because the federal government and just security analysts as a whole have continued to say that we do not have the manpower to deal with the scale of the insecurity we are now facing in the country. I remember, I think it was one of the northern states, I think whether it was Nasarawa, who was saying that the number of policemen in that country is just about a few thousand compared to about how many millions of residents in that state. So what are you suggesting in terms of protecting students and ensuring that schools are not shut, as we now see?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think the idea of saying we don't have enough security apparatus to actually secure our nation is a failure on the part of the government. And we have so many young people out there that can be recruited into all our formation of security forces. And I'm pretty sure that it's not only the police officers that are saddled with the responsibility of securing education facilities. At the same time, like I said earlier on, the policy of safe school declaration that was made earlier should be implemented to the fullest. If we are saying because of manpower shortage, so does that mean that we have to expose our wards, our children, to being attacked by bandits, by terrorists? No. For every challenge, there must be a workable and sustainable solution to it. What we just need to do is for all stakeholders to come on board and make sure that they put in the right place what we need to do to secure our children. Enough of excuses. We really need to come together and ensure that education is actually made friendly for all of us, and we reduce the incidents and the prevalence of out of school in our environment, in our nation, in our community. And this thing is not only all for...
We seem to be having network challenges there with Mr. Omole Babatunde, but he's made a very critical point, and we will leave it there. Thank you so much for talking to us. National Moderator of the Civil Society Action Coalition on Education for All in Nigeria, Omole Babatunde.